So, morning guys. I know, it's been over a month since my last YouTube video. And I'm sorry, I've just been busy. Too busy to do YouTube. So, I guess it's time for a garden update. The garden didn't freeze, it frosted hard June 30th, which really kind of set me back. Real disappointing. Set a lot of things back. I've had a very cool summer this year. That's kind of caused things to be slower. Last year, by this time, I think I was getting peaches off my peach trees. I was getting peppers, cucumbers, things like that. And you guys will have to forgive the road noise. I think it's 7 o'clock, and everyone's going to work. So, anyway, so I had a frost, set the garden back, slowed things down. Peppers, squash, everything's kind of a little slow this year. I went out yesterday and I got potatoes. Oh my goodness, I got potatoes. So, check this out. I got potatoes. That's potatoes off a half a dozen plants. Well, no, I may take that back. A dozen plants. So I filled this tote here, you guys can see, with these just humongous potatoes. Big old beastly things. So I'm kind of happy about that. I don't know if it's true. So I don't know if it's true, and if somebody can confirm it for me, probably a potato farmer could confirm it for me. If you start with small seed, you're supposed to get large potatoes, and if you start with large seed, you're supposed to get a lot of small potatoes. So I started with really small seed, and I got a pile of large potatoes. Well, typically it was 4 large potatoes off of each plant, rather than a bunch of small potatoes off of each plant. So if somebody could confirm that for me, if it's a wives' tale, I think it's probably a wives' tale, but I did start with small seeds on the seed potatoes, and I got large potatoes. So I kind of believe the wives' tale a little bit. So anyways, let's just do a quick garden tour here, if I can share that with you guys. You can see the cabbages have all come out. We've got one lone cabbage over here somewhere, right there. You guys can see my lone cabbage. But otherwise, they've all come out. Peppers are coming back. The ones that didn't frost. They're doing good. These jalapenos here are a not hot variety. They're not real spicy. You got all the jalapeno flavor and thick walled meatiness of a jalapeno without the heat. It's called Fooled Me or Fooled You or something along those lines. Oh my goodness, super yummies, super yummy. This is going to be sorry man, these are good. Sweet flavor. It's gonna be my new favorite pepper. Silly dog down there being silly. You gonna say hi to everybody, Shadow? Huh? No, you're not gonna say hi? Go get your ball. Show me where your ball's at. Okay, no stupid animal tricks today. Alright, so what was supposed to happen here, as some of you know who follow the channel, this was supposed to be Peas. I was going to harvest my peas and then run my cucumbers right after. I've been doing everything but gardening the last few weeks. So the peas have gone their full cycle, and now I have dried peas, which I'm not going to throw out. I will save these for next year's seed. I haven't tried it, but I wonder if I could save all these peas and make a split pea soup. Again, any ideas on that? Share it with me. I got piles of peas going. And again, I didn't start my cucumbers, or I did start a few cucumbers, but I haven't been watering because I have been on the run. Some of you are saying there's no excuse for that. Maybe. I had family in town. I had backpacking trips I was on. And boating trips. So the whole month of July was flat out on a run. And so I have not been caring for my garden the manner I should be. You can see the lettuce going to seed. These will have to come out, go to the compost, or the chickens. The Brussels sprouts have been ignored, but I'm getting some Brussels sprouts. And I'm seeing a lot of insect damage because my insect control is very hands-on. And what I typically do for insect control is I come out every day with a soapy sprayer, or a 1 gallon sprayer with worm castings and worm casting tea and Dawn dish soap. I'll set you guys down here. And then I'll walk along, and each leaf I'll go through and I will spray. I'll turn and spray, and I'll look for my aphid, and I'll look for my little earwigs, and I'll look for my cabbage moths, and I'll spray and pick them off. So it's very much a manual system. That way I can keep the garden, keep no pesticides in the garden. Haven't been doing it, so as you can see, I'm getting some leaf damage on my plants. So that's kind of my update on that. I've been a bad gardener, sorry. I do see some peaches though. There's a few peaches up here turning. Not very many, but a few. I don't know if you can see them back in there, probably not. Back there-ish. There's some peaches. So I'll have a few peaches, not a lot this year. What else can I show you guys that I have done right or screwed up? Oh, okay, let's walk over here. These tomatoes, some of you guys follow, I was doing a patio tomato in my raised beds, and so far I've been happy. They're nice compact plants here. They're loaded with fruit down at the base. They're not running amok, running wild. They're doing really well. So far I've been happy with them. They've been zero maintenance for me. Unlike, for instance, say my trellis tomatoes over here. My trellis tomatoes, where I have to come along and prune as I go on up, you know, popping the suckers, keeping it on the trellis. And I'm just wrapping. I'm not using the little clips. These take a lot more time and labor. These over here have taken nothing out of me. Put them in the ground. Been losing a lot of buds. Again, that's because of my watering issues. I haven't been watering. I haven't been caring for the garden. Bad on me. But they're zero maintenance. I think I'll try these again. Even though they're a hybrid, and I won't be able to save my seed. I will try them again. Here you see carrots growing in between. So I've had a few carrots that were either leftover from last year or volunteers that have gone to seed. I'm letting them go to seed because I will save my seed. I try to save as much of my own seed as I can. So these guys are going to go to seed. In here, there's quite a few weeds, rocking and rolling. The beans the girls planted. Oh my goodness, we got a lot of them out of there. That was fun. So the girls were here. Like I said, I've had a lot of family in town. The girls were here, and we picked beans. You can see this bean patch has just been beat to bejesus by little girls picking beans, but that's cool. That's fun for them. And our sweet beans. Okay, and over here, I hope you guys can see this train wreck. There's supposed to be tomatoes on trellises, but again, carrots. Lots of carrot seeds coming from last year that I let go to seed, and as soon as they reach their full maturity, I'll be harvesting all these carrot seeds, and this one looks like it's about ready. We'll get that out of the way, and then you'll be able to see the tomatoes in there. Right now you really can't. Speaking of tomatoes, a few weeks ago I did a little video on saving volunteers, and this ones I thought I was saving some tumblers, which are one of my favorite tomatoes for the raised beds. The tumblers are a real compact little plant, and I hadn't saved the seed. I forgot to save the seed, or just got busy and didn't save seed. So I had no tumbler seed this year. So I thought when I had a few volunteer tumblers come, I'd save them and replant them. These are not tumblers. These are a indeterminate variety of paste tomato, I believe from the Ukraine. They have a black stripe on them when they're mature. Right now they're green with some dark lines. So when this is mature, it will be red with a black or dark red stripes on them, and they're a meaty paste tomato. This isn't a total screw up. It's a little kind of a screw up, but it's not a total screw up because this is another one I had run out of seeds on and hadn't set any fruit aside for future use. And so it's not a total loss because, hey, I thought I lost this, or it's not a total screw up. I thought I'd lost these tomatoes. Now I have them still. So yes, they're not tumblers. Tumblers look totally different than that beast. Tumblers, I found a few tumblers which I have transplanted, but here's one right here, and you can see you guys can see the physical characteristics are totally different. It's a low growing, scrubby little guy, and it's going to just pour out fruit here all over it. You don't have a lot of blossom drop. It's a zero maintenance, zero effort tomato. Just need to remember to save your seeds, and it puts on just piles and piles of these little baby, or little cherry tomatoes. Everything again is behind. See how small my peppers are? They're all behind. They got frosted back. I mean, back to nothing. A lot of them didn't come back. See if I can show you some that didn't come back. A lot of them are just sticks, dead sticks here from getting frosted. And so that set them, that part of the garden, way back. So that's just part of the update. The chickens started laying eggs, and they're complaining because they went out and I haven't let them out yet today. My eggplants are starting to get going. They didn't suffer so bad with the frost, surprisingly. As you can see, there's carrots everywhere in here, and that's because I'll try not to make you guys all seasick. I let the kids plant carrots wherever they please. It's fun for them, but they're tiny, tiny seeds, and it's hard for a little kid to put 4 or 5 seeds in a hole, and it's usually 20, 40 seeds to a hole. That's okay, it's fun for them. My corn, popcorn, check it out. There's a rock and roll. That's it's good 6-7 feet. I think I'll stick with this popcorn. That is the Jewel popcorn, I think it's called. It's real pretty popcorn. It's doing well. My kale is starting to go to seed again. That's lack of water. My windrows of compost are right through here. And in this area, I'm allowing my squash to run. You know, I'll be running down the mountain away from the garden. But it's doing well, and I've got a few decent pumpkins on it already. This variety of pumpkin that's in here, there's one. I'm hanging you guys off the tripod. Here we go. Can you see it down there? The little orange, or I guess it's yellow. That's a variety of pumpkin that I've been saving seed and cross-pollinating and kind of developing myself for a nice compact, small, meaty summer squash, I guess. More squash than pumpkin. Excellent flavor. And I'll have a few of those, and I'll continue to save the seed from them. You might say, you know, it's one of the neat things with saving your own seed and having your own personal varieties are one of a kind. You can't get them at the store. You can share them with your friends, but it does become kind of a regional thing. It adapts to your own soil. So that's with pumpkins. The strawberries are done for the year. There's no more strawberries coming out of this patch, unfortunately. The bees have swarmed on me again, a couple more times. My number of colonies keeps growing. I think that this next year I will break these into nukes, buy some queens, break them into nukes, and sell them off, and just keep 2 colonies. I just find it hard for me to find the time. I'm so divided with all my hobbies between keeping bees, gardening, backpacking, fishing, camping. What else do I do? Goodness, I do everything. Mountain biking. All these things take a lot of time. And of course, I keep a home too. I painted my house this month. And I have family, and so I'll have to scale down a little bit. There's only one of me who's interested in this. None of my other family. My daughter, my youngest daughter, likes the bees, but she's kind of tentative about getting in and working them by herself. So then that requires some of my time also. So for the most part, I kind of am the only person that does this in my home. It does make it difficult to cover all the bases, all the little things that I like to do. So I think next year I'll scale down a little bit. Let's see, that's about it. That patch over there where peas are going, it's doing terrible. I can show you more failed plants if you'd like. I do have a little breathing room here, and as August comes, so I'll be able to get this thing back up to snuff. But July was just a blur, just an absolute blur for me. So we'll see if I can get that straight. Anyways, that's my update for now, and we'll see you guys later. If you like my Garden Geek videos, subscribe. If you don't like my Garden Geek videos, don't subscribe. Share if you like to share. It's cool. I don't make anything off YouTube. I just have something I have fun. More stinking beehives. These are two more swarms coming and going. You guys can see that. It'll make you all sick. The girls are coming in and landing. Well, it looks like they got some good. They're on some good pollen. See if I can swing you in there. Coming in hot and heavy with pollen. So yeah, if you guys like to subscribe, subscribe. If you don't, you don't have to. I don't make anything off YouTube. I just do this for fun. I share it with my friends. I hope that if I share something that's interesting, you guys can learn something. I hope that people comment and I learn something. So we'll see you guys later. Toodaloos.